Hello, I wanted to make a quick overview video of a project I've been working on for the last 6 months. It's a split keyboard project, so I've made two of them now. And for the first one, it's this one. It has a 3D printed case and it's hand-wired keyboard, so it doesn't have a PCB. It has two USB-C ports for communication. So, and this one has one. So this is the master half and it will connect from here to your PC and from here to the other half. And the layout is a bit special. It's a Southpaw numbered, so the number is on the left side. And it's an ISO layout, so it has a big enter key and small shift key. I cannot remember the other differences. I don't really use NSI layout. So yeah, this is the first prototype. It also has co-star stabilizers, which is a big mistake. I fixed it in the next revision. So let's move on to the real deal. So this I finished earlier this month. And the differences to the first one is that this has a PCB and the number is flipped. So instead of the enter and plus key being on the right side, they're on the left side, and the 0 key is on the right side as well. It doesn't have any keycaps, but you can see that they are here. That's basically the only change in the layout. Otherwise, it's pretty different from the inside. It's, as I said, it has a PCB, but it's also Pro Micro based. It's not surface mount components, so all of the components here are through hole components, so it's pretty easy to assemble. And instead of having the communication between the halves be via Type-C, it's done with a TRRS check, so the BJ320A, and it's right there. And the communication from the PC to the keyboard, or the other way around, happens via a Type-C port still. So this is also a 3D printed case. It's not foam. Some people have said that it looks like foam. It's just because of the imperfection of the print. I could do it again, but I'm too lazy to do it again. It's a big print. And the other differences to this model is that, as you can see, this is just like a floating key design. So you can see the switches from this, even if it had keycaps, you could see the switches. But this has a high profile case, so you cannot see the switches that well. There's still a small gap, but you cannot see the switches, and I really like this aesthetic more. And the other difference is that this one has a 4mm plate, PLA, and this has a 1.5mm PLA plate. And the difference in sound and typing feel is huge. Like, you can see here that if I press it, you can see the flex. You can really feel the flex even if you're typing like normally. But you can see that the whole board flexes because it's so thin, and the PLA is pretty flexible material. And here is a 4mm plate, so if I press, it doesn't flex at all. And the other differences in that design is that this is much heavier and feels a lot higher quality. So this one is, I have a scale here. This one is for the right side, it's 220 grams, and this one is 250 grams. And for the new model, it's it has a cable connected, so it's not super accurate, but still it's 540 grams for this side, and for the other side it's 450 grams, so almost 1 kilogram in total. And it feels pretty heavy. Like, 1 kilogram doesn't sound much for a enthusiast keyboard, because usually like brass plates and even aluminum plates and aluminum cases make some keyboards weigh like 1.5 kilos to 2 kilos, but the pieces are so small, and I mean, it's all plastic, so it feels really heavy in the hand. It doesn't move around the table at all compared to these just fly around the table. You almost have to bolt them to the table so they can stand still. Anyway, so let's get to the PCB design part. So here's the left side PCB. As you can see, it is Pro Micro based, and the Pro Micro is in the middle here. So what I've done is I have used like an extension like a daughter board for the Type-C, which is screwed into the bottom plate. So there, the bottom, and the location for that is here, and the TRR's check is there for both here and here. And for the other one, the Pro Micro is here, and the USB is facing that side. So I have a hole here for the USB. It's just a micro USB. Can you see it? Yeah. So I can flash the firmware of the right side pretty easily without having to like take it apart and stuff. So I can just plug a micro USB from this side and then flash it. But I mean, it doesn't look pretty having just a hole there, but I don't see it from sitting here, and I don't really care like if other people see it from that side, because it doesn't matter. So yeah, I had a few problems with the PCB design. The left side is pretty much spot on, except for the TRS check, but I will go into that a little later. So the problem with this PCB is that, as you can see, the switch holes are like this side, but the enter key is flipped, so you kind of have to bend pins and stuff to get the switch there, which is annoying, and it's just an oversight. I don't know how I didn't catch that before sending the files for fabrication, but I mean, it's fine. And the other problem is the TRRS check. So I made this component myself in Eagle. It looks fine, and the pads are in the correct location and stuff, but the holes are too small. As you can see, the pads are long, but the holes are really like just square, just the circle holes. So the pins don't fit through there easily. So what you have to do is you have to use side cutters to kind of split the pin, and then remove the other half of the pin, and then it fits through. And so far it's been fine. I've been able to just unplug and plug in the jack or the cable for it easily, and there's not been any problems, and it's been staying there pretty well. But I would not do a lot of unplugging, plugging back in, just for fun. So yeah, it's been a pretty fun project, and I think if there's enough interest, I might do a group buy, or I might just start selling kits. And the kit would include the PCB, the diodes, the Pro Micro, and the case and the plate, and the fasteners and other screws and stuff, whatever, small parts. So if there's any interest for it, I will probably do a group buy in Reddit or maybe Discord. So hit me up if you're interested in this, and I'll see what I can do. Thanks for watching.